Hi, I am Amanda, and today we are talking with Dawna Daigneault. She developed the Ribbon of Worth website as well as the So Worthy app. Welcome, Dawna. We're so happy to have you today.
I'm glad to be here.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit about the So Worthy app. Why did you want to develop that?
A few years ago, I was thinking about a place to put all of my knowledge. And the idea came to me that I would love for people to be able to, at their own pace, in the privacy of their own home, just go step by step through questions that I'm often asked in my office as a professional counselor. And that's how the So Worthy app was born. I actually just started drawing a bunch of rectangles on pieces of blank paper, and I would draw a rectangle and say, this question tends to lead to these answers. And then it would lead to like 4 or 5 answers. And then I was like, well, those lead to these questions and these answers. And I just saw this root system just spreading out in front of me. At one point, I had multiple pages of paper on the floor with arrows, and I was like, I think this could be an app. So that's how it happened.
That's amazing. When you were developing the app, was there any kind of inspiration, like maybe speaking with people, noticing that there's something in common? Is there anything like that?
Um, my clients have been my inspiration for 15 years. I admire how hard they're willing to work to get a sense of self-worth back. I've heard some of the saddest stories that anybody could hear, um, where self-worth was almost destroyed in childhood for some of my clients. And yet this human spirit, this amazing resiliency that we can call on and pull forward, it inspires me. And so getting to work with people that are just at rock bottom and slowly building back up to a full realization of self-worth. I don't believe self-worth goes anywhere. I think we just forget to think about it and use it.
Yeah, I've used the app several times, and I really appreciate it. I always learn something new, and it's made me more conscious of being more aware of self-worth and even the words I say to myself. Instead of saying I deserve that, I'm like I'm worthy of that. So I really
Yeah,
appreciate those, techniques that I've learned through using the app as well.
I'm
So
glad.
tell me a little bit about your background. So what
Uh,
what made you come to this point?
yeah, I'm a therapist. I've been in private practice for 15 years. Before that, I'm a sister, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a wife, I'm a friend. Um, I've had other jobs prior to starting this career, and I've been hurt. I know what it feels like to get your heart broken. I know what it feels like to not believe you're worthy. And I just don't want anybody to feel like that because we don't have to.
Yeah, I love that. That's a message definitely I think most of us need to hear regularly, probably.
Daily.
So, yeah, daily, absolutely. So, tell me a little bit about the app. I've used it myself, but somebody that maybe hasn't used it or maybe would like to get the most out of it, can you tell me a little bit about what that app offers and how people can get the most out of it?
Well, I made it really easy. It's just questions and answers, and there are limited answers on each page that will take you different directions. We haven't counted all of the paths because there are over 300 pages of information in the app. So there have to be 20 to 30 different paths that you can go on. Um, and they take you through self-respect, self-confidence, self-esteem. Self-awareness is throughout the whole app, but it goes into areas of even nutrition, physical wellness, mindfulness, self-acceptance shows up. And then there's a special section called Life Wishes, which is to counter those deep depressive thinking that people can get into. So it's easy to use, but it can also be challenging because some of the answers might trigger something in you that's unfinished business for you. But that's the beautiful thing about it is anything that triggers you, there is a gentle answer on the other side of that question. And so for you to just go one or two steps farther, you may find exactly the answer you need or a resource that you can go to. We have references in there to books, to websites, to blogs, to podcasts that are beneficial to your continued personal growth.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I have found some wonderful books, tips on mindfulness as well. Life Witches. I'm really excited to, discover that part as well. So in the beginning, it says raise your ribbon. Why did you choose to have Ribbon of Worth as one of your platforms or the name of it?
Yeah, back in 2011, I was trying to come up with a metaphor to describe to my clients that had low self-worth what it looked like. If it was, because it's invisible, it's an invisible experience and you can feel it, but we didn't have a visual representation of it. And I went home and I was struggling with this concept of what is happening there? What does it look like if it looked like something? And this visual of a ribbon tied up around our heart came into my mind. I saw this big bow tied around our heart and that it can be secure, or if we don't keep it tied tight and attend to it every day, it can start drooping, it can fall down below our feet. We can walk on our own ribbon of worth. We can let other people walk on it. It can get frayed and tattered, muddy, and yet it hangs on because it's ours. And then I started thinking about, well, it's part of the tapestry of the whole self. Like there are thousands of threads that make up who we are, but this one is extra special, this ribbon of worth that is woven through the tapestry of self. And we've got to pay attention to it and keep it in this high possible place up around our heart.
Oh, that's beautiful. I never had imagined it as a tapestry, so that's really wonderful. Thank you. And I know that you just updated your Ribbon of Worth website, which is ribbonofworth.com. Is that correct?
Right.
Tell me a little bit about the updates and how people can get the most out of that website as well.
So we made it more user-friendly, easy to navigate. With the most important information is right up front, and then we've added free worksheets. We of course have a counselor directory that is also easier to navigate. It's by state. Most of the therapists there offer online counseling. So even if you're not in the same city as them, if you're in the same state or in a state that they are licensed in, you could work with them. We also have a whole section on suicide prevention, which has become very important to me because what I've learned over the years is that self-worth and wanting to live are tied.
Wow. Yeah, and right now it seems like that is something that's, I guess, people are really looking towards getting some help with all of those different things. I've seen a lot of suicide prevention out there in the media lately. Yeah. So is there anything that you would want to share beyond what we've talked about to people that are, maybe looking for help? Maybe, I've noticed for me, I've enjoyed using the app because I want to increase my self-awareness. I want to increase my worth. But I've noticed that it's a great tool, not just for women, but it's also great for, I think, young girls who are up and coming, also men. So do you have any experience that you could share about people using it and the different variety?
I think it does require a certain reading level. So, I don't think we go too young on this. I also wouldn't want somebody, let's say under the age of 15, using it without having an adult to process the information with. it's one of the reasons I offer the counseling directory on the website, is so that people that use the app or get into the information, if they have questions or issues that get triggered, they have someone to call. I do think the first person to call, though, it would be like a trusted family member or friend, someone that you feel emotionally safe with, and just talk through whatever shows up in the app. And of course, it's for everyone. One of my favorite quotes from Maya Angelou, she talks about Father Amazon and Mother Mississippi. They flow to everything and feed everything in their depths and on their shores. And so self-worth is for everyone.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today. And, it's been wonderful learning more about the So Worthy app and, your background as well as why you developed it. So for more information, go to ribbonofworth.com and you can download that So Worthy app on the App Store. For any questions or comments, please reach out to ribbonofworth.com and leave any of your positive comments. Everybody have a great day. And remember, you're worthy.